Scott in California. Scott, you're on the air.
Yeah, hey, Alex, I wanted to get your take on this Operation Blackjack that's been on the Telegraph UK website.
Yes, we wrote a three-part series at Infowars.net by Steve Watson. And in Operation Blackjack, the government starts staging terror attacks and blaming it on Al-Qaeda that leads into nuke attacks and world government. And then in the end, the world government wins for your own good. And they won't even say who did it or why they wrote it. And in Operation Blackjack, on the 22nd of June, terror attacks are launched. I usually don't go off things that set dates, but, and then you make your point, I want to just fill people in, but remember the Fox TV show, Lone Gunman, a spinoff from X-Files, where 6 months before 9/11, they run an episode of a hijacked jet being flown on the World Trade Center. It's hijacked by remote control, blamed on Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan, run by a group in the government, and they use a drill, a war game drill, to make NORAD stand down. Now, exactly that was done 6 months later. Then, doesn't stop there, Dean Haglund, the star of the show, shows up at my door, the star of the show, knock, knock. Dean Haglund is at my door and says the CIA planted these stories on us. What do you make of them apples?
Well, I think it's very suspicious, and I think that those premonitions of 9/11 certainly are, relevant here. And in addition to that, I just noticed this morning on Prison Planet, there's a story that talks about there's a number that's in the slideshow of Operation Blackjack on the ID card for the North American Union, and on the story that's on Prison Planet, someone has taken that number and put it into what's called a hexadecimal to string converter, taking that and interpreting it as a hexadecimal computer number, and then it converts it into actual words. And what that translates to, even though the site claims that this is a fictitious story, what that translates to is this is not simply entertainment. So that's what the numbers on there convert to when you change that over.
Where are you saying that is posted?
That's on Prison Planet. That's by the author's Remix World, Wednesday, June 17th. Right, it was just this morning.
Okay, good. I missed that report. That's up on prisonplanet.com right now?
That's right.
Good. We have a new area for our great listeners, who many of you are a lot smarter than I am, to write articles, to point out bills. Last Friday, I was up here doing the show at night, and the caller called in and said, have you seen this bill where the government can kidnap your kids with no warrant federally? There was another bill they called in, and I saw the bill, read the bill number, and then lost the number and said, can somebody write an article? I mean, so much evil's happening, we can't even keep track of it. It's writers at Infowars.com. Submit articles that you want us to post, and we will post them, original articles, analysis, blurbs, writers at Infowars.com, and we will start getting those up. Thank you so much. Anything else, sir?
Well, two more things just to point out in relation to this. This weekend, there's this Northcom Ardent Century 09 happening.
Yeah, they're doing a Northcom takeover drill, and Homeland Security admits with foreign governments aiding the United States when we're under terror attack. So open foreign troop drill, and I videotaped these in the real world. This is a cyberspace, practicing with the EU taking over the United States. Doesn't that sound nice?
Yeah, and it's on the same dates that this is supposed to, according to the fictitious comic strip, supposed to happen. That, along with last weekend in New York, there was an operation called New York, You Have a Problem, where there were NYPD and FBI doing drills for nukes in New York. I don't know if you're aware of that or not.
All over the U.S., you'll see in the paper, explosion. We're seeing if it was terrorist, and then a day later it'll say, oh, it was just a drill where they blow up a real car. They're doing that to make the police feel like the terror threat's real, and so the public sees bombs going off. Up by Waco they did one. They're doing them in San Antonio, Chicago. People are like, what happened? I don't know. And a day or two later, they mentioned in the back of the paper, oh, it was a drill. But then the rumors all start that terrorists are hitting word to word, and that creates the fear. So they're even giving us simulated terror attacks to make us submit, which I guess is a lot nicer than them staging the terror attacks of 9/11 again.
Yeah, so is your take on this that it's more just like a psyop or a something to distract people?
You never know. I mean, why did Governor Frank Keating, why did his brother, published a year before Oklahoma City bombing, publish a book called American Jihad, and in it, a Tim McVeigh bombs the Alfred P. Murrah building? And then he dedicates the book to the Knights of the Secret Circle. Do you know what the Knights of the Secret Circle are in mainline research?
No, I don't know that one.
Knights of the Secret Circle is Knights of the Golden Circle. It's high-level Masons or Ku Klux Klan.
Wow.
So he dedicates it to the Ku Klux Klan, and then, I mean, you know, you can't make this stuff up.
No, it just seems like there's just so much premonition of all these different events. It's just very,
well, I mean,
it's just scary. Very scary.
It's the enjoyment of throwing it in our face. I appreciate your call. Yeah.